All right, guys, I'm here at Contropolis, Pennsylvania, and I'm here with the one and only Edward Furlong. How you doing, man?
I'm great. I'm happy to be here in Contropolis.
So speaking of which, I know we were talking a little bit offline of how you've been enjoying the area. Are there any now that you here? That I always say, like with every con, you have an opportunity to try a couple of places or hit a couple of spots while you're here. Do you have those plans while you're here at Contropolis?
Oh man, unfortunately, it's in and out usually, but I mean, maybe a Philly cheesesteak.
Yes.
You know? Yeah.
Absolutely have to. Foodie myself, so I always got to get my Philly in. So, speaking of that, additionally, aside from that, with the filmography that you have had an opportunity to do and what you've brought to each of those characters, can you tell me in that time has that approach or what speaks to you for a given role has that remained the same or has that for you changed in time in terms of like maybe 10 years ago there were certain roles that you were approached for spoke with you in a different way and now looking back on it you're like maybe with things that I have now with the experiences that I have now that there's some I have some other feelings towards things that I may be approached by.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, you're always evolving as a person. So what kind of reaches to you or whatever? I guess the kind of roles that you want to play are always evolving. So yeah, I mean, I definitely say so. I definitely say that there's like a huge change as I grow and everything. And usually it's more like wanting to, like any role where you're sort of like almost made, kind of like uncomfortable, where it's like it's a little bit of where you're like, anything that stretches you as you get older is what's great, and amazing. Yeah.
Outstanding. And in speaking to those roles, all the iconic roles that you've had an opportunity to play, can you also speak to that of those experiences that you have at in that con circuit of I'm sure you have some unique and interesting stories with fans of out of your filmography, the roles that have really spoken. Obviously, we have John Connor, but maybe a lot of times you get surprised of what people attribute with you.
Um, yeah, I guess what's surprising is how many of like, I mean, because there's been a lot of like, pretty like movies that did well. You never know. I mean, obviously Terminator did well. Obviously, American History X did well, stuff like that. But then people come up and they love these like little indie movies that I did years and years ago, and it's just and they're like little movies that I believed in, and it's awesome to kind of see that they have staying power, and as more and more people get to see them, they kind of build up like a little of a following, which is always surprising.
Awesome. Excellent. Well, Edward, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for squeezing in some time, man, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you so much.
All right.